Good morning, Eagles. It's time to start a brand new day. I'm Bruce, along with
Eli.
bringing you the latest Eagle news.
Today is Thursday, March 30th.
Grades K through 2 will follow a D resource schedule for today. Grades 3 through 6 will also follow a D resource schedule for today.
Today's weather will be mostly sunny with a high of 77 degrees.
Today's lunches: turkey tacos with shredded cheese or ham and cheese sandwich, Mexican rice, black beans, and corn.
Today's birthdays are Skylar Hobdy, and Allie Blythe.
Friday and weekend birthdays are Colton Cameron, Brody Seitz, and Amani Tillman.
This is your birthday song. Doesn't last that long. Hey! Students, we have news for you.
Clubs that meet today are 5th grade math club and leadership club.
Good luck to OPE's Battle of the Books team, who will be competing tonight at the Regional Battle of the Books at 5:30 at Tynes Elementary Media Center. Miss Walker will meet with those team members after school today.
There is no school tomorrow due to it being Fair Day.
Congratulations to the Principal Award recipients for the third quarter. In Mrs. Hall's class,
Chloe Lasecki.
in Mrs. McMaster's class,
Eli Sodden.
in Mrs. Putner's class,
Caroline Maroney.
in Mrs. Younger's class,
Maggie Liu.
in Mrs. Alfano's class,
Madison Reagan.
in Miss Bowie's class,
Madeline Wood.
in Mrs. Stokes' class,
Andrew Hawkins.
in Mrs. Warsham's class,
Roman Doss.
in Mrs. Doherty's class,
Anaya Shirali.
in Mrs. Haymor's class,
Jack Signo.
in Mrs. Smith's class,
Anthony Staub.
in Mrs. Williams' class,
Ava Hazeltine.
in Mrs. Allen's class,
Lexi Hollingsworth.
in Miss Bachmeyer's class,
Isabella Wilkinson.
in Mrs. Lewis' class,
Lydia Roberts.
in Mrs. Pound's class,
Walker Sodden.
in Mrs. Doty's class,
Chloe Williamson.
in Mrs. Rayner's class,
Olivia Alanis.
in Mrs. Scotto's class,
Dylan Santiago Robles.
in Mrs. Geiser's class,
Caden Williams.
in Mrs. Stutz's class,
Alice Willis.
in Mrs. White's class,
Francesca Merrick.
in Mr. Harris's class,
Addison White.
in Mrs. Stevens' class,
Callie Camillari.
in Mrs. Viola's class.
Skylar Hobby.
Teachers, we have news for you.
Please send your Principal Award recipients to the PLC lab at 7:55 a.m. today. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Make today great, and remember,
You can show your Eagle pride today by having integrity.
bye, Eagles!